The movie begins with a little girl wandering through the woods picking up mushrooms. She gets frightened as she stumbles upon a stranger called John McBurney, laying on the ground gravely injured. He tells her he's an Irish corporal of the Union Army as he pleads for help, asking her where she lives. She explains that she is just a student at a seminary for young ladies. He convinces Amy to take him to her school to have his wounds taken care of. She helps him up as they walk back to the school. He falls to the ground, losing consciousness. Immediately they arrive in the school. Miss Martha Farnsworth, the headmistress of the school, and the other students comes out to see the soldier. They argue about helping him, but Miss Martha decides to take care of the unconscious soldier until his health is recovered. They all circle around to carry him inside. Miss Edwina, the teacher, quickly brings some materials for Martha to tend to his injured leg. Martha cuts off his clothes with the scissors and begins to stitch the large wound on his leg before using a towel to clean up his body. They debate about tying a blue rag on their gate to alert the Confederacy of a Union soldier in their premise, but soon after Martha decides that they will allow his leg to heal before they decide what they will do with him. The Confederate soldiers surprisingly arrive at the school later that day. Martha goes out to meet them, inquiring about the latest happenings, but she didn't make mention of the wounded soldier in the premise. Instead, she requested to have a cartridge from the soldiers, which she secretly took into her room, loading up a revolver before locking up the gun in her locker. Even though McBurney is from the enemy group, each member of the household eventually grows fond of his presence, giving him presents and telling him stories. One night they all sang a song to him. The next night, while they were all praying, a student called Alicia gives an excuse to leave during the prayer just to sneak into McBurney's room as he was asleep to kiss him. McBurney makes several attempts to charm the teacher Edwina, but she is a repressed woman and she is incredibly uncomfortable with sharing her feelings. He held on to her hand and manages to get her to reveal that her greatest wish is to leave the school, where she feels trapped. A few days passed and McBurney begins to heal, gradually using a walking stick to walk. He volunteers to start working in the yard for the women to win over their favor. Amy maintains a friendly and genial relationship with McBurney, while Alicia keeps being extremely flirtatious towards him. Martha also feels attracted to McBurney. She invites him to share some brandy at night. While they were drinking, he explains that as an Irish soldier, he only joined the Union Army for cash inducement. After the drink, Martha walks McBurney to his room, attempting to kiss him, but got interrupted by the noise of a student. The next week, as he heals, Martha tells McBurney that he should leave their school as soon as he is well enough to do so. It is insinuated that McBurney does not want to return to the war. He tries to get into the women's good graces and allow him to stay by working in the garden, trying to seduce Edwina. During dinner, they invite McBurney to dine with them at the dining table. After eating, they all gathered around to pray. Before leaving to bed, he tells Edwina to wait for him in her bedroom. When she gets to her bedroom, she wears a white lingerie waiting for him. While waiting, she hears strange noises. She goes out of her room quietly to find out where the noise is coming from. She walks towards the door where she hears the noise coming from. As she opens the door, she surprisingly finds him in bed with Alicia, the student. Edwina leaves angrily as McBurney goes after her, trying to kiss her to calm her down. In a bit of rage, Edwina pushes him away, and he falls down the stairs to the ground. His injured leg is further damaged. McBurney falls unconscious and is lifted by the women into the kitchen. The young girls are traumatized by the sight of McBurney's injury. Martha orders the girls to return to their bedrooms and tells Edwina to bring her the Human Anatomy book. Martha decides that his leg must be amputated, otherwise they risk further infection or death. McBurney eventually wakes up to find out that he has lost his leg. He is devastated and furious. He accuses the women, and especially Martha and Edwina, of punishing him for turning down their advances. He increasingly shows aggression towards the women and terrifies them with his rage. Alicia enters McBurney's room. He grabs her hair and threatens her to get him the key to his room. She refuses and tells him she would get into trouble if she gave him the key. He then breaks out and steals Martha's gun. He threatens them all and kills Amy's pet turtle by throwing it forcefully to the ground. He shoots the chandelier off the ceiling to further frighten them. Edwina finally defies Martha's rule, standing up to follow McBurney despite Martha trying to stop her by holding her back. She quickly takes her hand off, pushing Martha away as she goes to McBurney's room and they have passionate sex. Meanwhile, Martha convinces everyone that killing McBurney is their only option. Amy is furious about her pet and suggests serving McBurney some poisonous mushrooms. Excluding Edwina, the group agrees that they will host McBurney at a send-off dinner and kill him using the poisonous mushrooms that Amy picked. At the dinner, McBurney apologizes for his actions. He and Edwina are the only ones to help themselves to the mushrooms. The girls stop Edwina before she can take a bite of the poisonous mushrooms. McBurney does not get suspicious and takes several mouthfuls of the mushrooms. He begins to choke and gasp for his breath. Edwina is troubled as the rest of the women are silently unconcerned. He falls to the floor and dies within seconds. The young girls sew McBurney's body into a shroud. Edwina looks on and is visibly devastated. The women drag his body to the road to let him be fetched by the next Confederate soldiers passing by. They finally tie a blue rag to the gate. What's your thought about this movie? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and share this video.